Hey, how you doing?
Hello, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. You're playing the Zeki Lynn project, I hear.
Yeah, definitely.
Haven't
You're
heard that
check.
in a while.
You both are my favorite DJs. He is also my favorite Turkish producer, and you are one of the legends.
Oh man, yeah, Zeki's good.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy.
Yes,
A great friend and a great producer and a great DJ.
very cool guy.
Definitely. So how the things how is it going in the UK with this COVID and Corona thing?
Well, man, I don't know where to start. I got my gloves, I got my mask, you know, I and I, I stay in all the time. But when I do go out, I go out with my my gloves and my mask and my glasses, and everybody's wearing shorts and t-shirts. No mask, no gloves, no.
So we have lots of questions for you, and one of the most important ones are about Frankie Knuckles.
Oh,
And
okay.
there is history about Frankie Knuckles. And in fact, I have some rumors and how the thing started about the house music thing. And I know you are the guy responsible for this stuff uh, back in time, and many of the viewers, I'm sure they want to hear it. And can you please tell me about what happened back in time about you and Frankie Knuckles, how the house music started?
Well,
It's a funny story. It's a funny story.
uh, well, it started for me. This guy from Chicago named Jesse Saunders made this song called "On and On," and he produced the song with Vince Lawrence, and it came out on vinyl. And Jesse Saunders was a known DJ, and I heard the song, and I said, "Oh wow, I can do something like this, so I could probably even do better than this." So I started making records myself. Uh, Let me see. I met Frankie about 2 years later, and I got him to remix a song of mine called "Ride the Rhythm," and that's when I first started talking to Frankie Knuckles.
And he was just a DJ in that time, right? He was DJing in a warehouse.
Yeah,
And
well, he was DJing at the power plant, I believe, when I met him, and later he DJ'd at this club briefly at the club called the Powerhouse.
so you are responsible for him to produce music.
No. I just got him to do a remix for me. You know he he was doing he was gonna do remixes. I think anyway.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
And one more thing, you are also in conjunction with that acid house thing, and you also did a charity for Derek Harris. I remember. It's
Sleazy
Sleepy.
D.
Yeah,
Sleazy
yeah.
D. Uh,
Responsible. I'm not sure, but he's the first producer to make acid house, right?
yeah, I produced Sleazy's first song. It was a song called "I've Lost Control," and a lot of people say that's the first acid house record. Um, I also produced a song called "Acid Tracks," which the which people also say is the first acid house record. So I produced both records. But I've lost control 2 years before Acid Tracks, but it wasn't called Acid House when I did Sleazy's song.
Because there was no genre like that in that time.
Right.
So you once again kicked off another genre. Can you say that?
Yeah.
Some time ago, I mean,
there would be no Acid House if it wasn't for me, Sleazy, and Future.
Yeah.
I could say that.
But many people say that the Future track is the very first house, very first Acid House track.
Yes.
Which one is the very first one? That the Sleazy thing, Sleazy D one, or the Future one?
Well, when Sleazy was alive, if I was with Sleazy, I would say Sleazy did the first Acid House song. Or when I was with Pierre, I would say Future did the first Acid House song. Depends on who I'm with. Yeah. But when I did I've Lost Control with Sleazy, there was nothing like that. I mean, ever. I mean, nothing.
Yeah, it's a very different track for that time.
Yes.
And I remember, like, when Derek passed away last year.
Yeah.
You raised a charity for him too, right?
Yes. I wish I knew how to do GoFundMe better, because I had to pay $3,000 out of my pocket to get them buried, but we got them buried.
But the strange thing is how he can't have health insurance. Such a great producer. Very strange.
Nobody in the music business has insurance.
Really?
Yeah, really. We get no paychecks. You know, we get money when we get it.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you know, it's hard to keep up payments for insurance.
But such a legend DJ, such a great producer, for me, I think like he deserves better, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So what you did is very kind, very great thing. Thank you for that.
Well, thank you for recognizing it. But yeah.
And one more question. I heard that you wrote a book also last year.
Oh, I did.
It's called Diary of a DJ, right?
Diary of a DJ.
So can you tell us more about that book and what it's all about? Is it really?
Yeah, you know, it tells about, you know, my some of my music business stories and how I grew up. So it's okay.
So what I heard about that, you also shooting a movie about that book. Is that true? That's in fact what they told me.
I can't say.
So it's confidential, right?
Confident. Well, not anymore. Not now.
So I think we'll hear more about it when we see it.
Yeah, you probably hear more about it in the next year or so. But the lockdown will have to finish first, you know.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely, yes. So what you are up to in these days? What I know is you are producing, I think, new 10 City album, I think.
Yes, new 10 City album. I'm doing some remixes. I'm doing some songs for a few labels. I'm doing some more Jungle One stuff. working with CC Rogers, few things.
So when shall we hear the new Tennessee album or your new stuff?
I don't know, you know, like with the lockdown, it's you can't really time anything. But
Yeah,
hopefully, you know,
because it has to finish, right?
yeah,
It has to finish.
yes.
And many people know you about your first track. I mean, your first famous track, "Move Your Body," and you did a remix for that. And in my 20 years career, I heard many versions of that track, and the best remix came from the originator, from yourself. Uh, I remember it's released like last year or
Solardo?
yeah, Solardo version.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that was a good remix.
Yeah, very loyal to original and keeping the original vibe. Really great remix.
Yeah, it's one of the best ones done to it.
And in fact, I know the answer of the question, but have you ever been to Istanbul and what are your experiences here? In fact,
I've
I know the
yeah, I've been to
answer.
Istanbul. Uh, my experience, really good food, man. Really good food. Oh,
Food is good here. Yeah,
ooh, man.
it's hard to diet.
Oh, I can imagine.
And what about the clubs?
The clubs, uh, the clubs are good. The clubs are good. I, uh, the sound systems were almost there, but not quite. But they were still good. Beautiful girls.
Yeah, girls are beautiful here. That's
Yes.
right. That's right. That's right. Well, what I heard, in fact, I wasn't there, but I heard from someone. When you were here playing, another DJ insisted on playing while you are playing. Do you remember that time? It's like 96 or 95, maybe 94.
I think so. You know, sometimes that happens, but it's okay.
Sometimes Turkish DJs are really insist on playing, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Maybe the guy playing before you is the legend of house music, but he doesn't care about it.
Well, you know, everybody wants to play. That's what DJs do. They love playing, and they love you know, they love working in front of a good crowd. So it's okay.
But the thing is, the most important thing is for me, it's all about respect. You have to respect what's going on.
Hmm.
The
Well,
main problem may be about Istanbul's music scene, or
I wasn't there. I wasn't there long enough to really know Istanbul's music scene. You know, I think I was only in Istanbul maybe 4 times,
yeah,
but you know, it's you know, and every time I was there, I was only there one night,
yeah.
so it's hard to tell. And every night I was there, I played, so I couldn't go to another club to see the scene.
Yeah, I got it.
So
Yeah.
next time I come to Istanbul, you have to take me to some of the clubs so I can see.
No problem, bro. No problem, bro. We can have a proper party next time you come here.
Okay.
That's my promise. No worries. Satisfaction guaranteed.
All right.
And we are getting questions about from the followers, people's watching us right now, they are asking you which DJs you like, which producers you like, which music you like, which music you listen in your spare time.
What DJs are like Mike Dunn, uh,
Yeah, he's really good. He's really good.
yeah, Maurice Joshua, Finn Piper, Alexander Grayson, uh, Danny Rampling, Alan King, Wayne Williams. A lot of DJs alike.
And do you only listen house music in your while you are chilling or in your spare time, or you
Uh,
also do other stuff
I
too?
never I never listen to house music in my spare time.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, very rarely.
It was like that from the beginning, or
Yeah, I was listening to rock music before I listened to house music.
really?
Yes.
Oh, very strange.
I mean, well, who can listen to the same music all day, every day? I can't do it.
When I first started, like it was 1999.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I produced the first ever house music album in Turkey.
Oh,
Uh, In the local arena, we can say that we did the same thing, but I was more local. You are like more global. And I was in that time I was listening only house music. But when I get older and time passes, I start to listen still on electronic music, but more genres than not only house music, maybe more chill out music, more lounge music, more jazz.
yes.
Um, but I never listened to rock music. I never been into rock music actually. When I was in high school, I was listening you and very funny. CNC Music Factory, David Cole and Robert Kulis, they were
Yes.
DJing in the time. Masters at Work.
Yes.
In Turkey, I was listening Zeki,
Zeki Lynn.
and other guys. He was doing more international and more American music, more into my taste.
Oh,
Because I was always into more Chicago or New York sounds, New York house music. Never been into really in UK scene,
mm-hmm.
and so many people in that time uh, talked about this. Why are you listening? And also on Zeki, why are you listening? Very outdated music. They were saying that, but in passing time, we all see that who is really right. You know,
Mm.
it's still about the American house music. It's still about the Chicago house music. It's still about you. It's still about Derek Carter and many guys,
Well,
David Morales and others.
people all over the world are making house music. You know, it's it's not just America. You know, I mean, uh, it it's people everywhere are making it. And that's the good thing about it. Anyone can make it anywhere. You know, I there some good producers in Turkey. There's some good producers in Germany. There are good producers in France. You know, like Daft Punk came out of France. You know, so it's it changes. You know, there's a lot of great producers in Italy. So
Yeah,
you know, it's everywhere, and then Japan is doing good too.
yeah, yeah.
So it's a lot of different areas.
Yeah, Zeki just wrote it's now global. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
It's more
Zeki, it is
global.
global.
Yeah. Uh, but the main thing I want to ask you is when you decided to make that sound, for example, Move Your Body or another track, it was a very different sound, very different genre than the stuff that's being produced in that time. It's a very brave behavior to make a sound like that, or that music like that, and get it released. I'm sure it's more harder in that time. Can you tell us more about that time, how it was like that, how it is to make music which is not classified as a genre in that time?
Well, back then, I saw everybody doing one thing, and I wanted to do something different. So that was the beginning. I wanted to be different from everyone else. Another thing, I wanted to do new sounds. You know, like one song I put piano on it. Another song I put violins on it. Another song I put horns on it. But you know, just mixing things up and mixing genres. You know, like
Experimenting.
experimenting. So people didn't understand it at first, but you know, once the DJ started playing it, they said, oh, that's very nice. So it worked out. But I I would like people today to try to do different things. You know, not follow so much. You know, have your own ideas, be creative. You know, innovate.
Carbon copies, right?
Yes.
Instead of being carbon copy,
Yeah.
creating something more signature stuff.
Yeah.
That's what you mean. But as a producer, what I want to learn is it that hard to that in that time to persuade record labels to put out stuff like without a genre in that time?
Well, it wasn't so difficult back then because the stuff was selling very well. So and nobody in Chicago really knew what house music was. You know, every time somebody tell me, oh, that's not house music, I said, it is now. You know, oh, that's not house music, that's violins on it. I said, it is now. So, you know, I've lost control. That's not house music. It is now. So, you know, same thing when I heard other songs, you know, Larry Heard and Farley and Chip. Uh, it was just a lot of different stuff.
So it's really in that time. It's still hard to get record labels to press stuff. So it's still in that time. It became hard to get the record labels to press stuff. I mean, in these times, it's much more easier. You know, it's like it's not pressed as records anymore, and so they just sell it digitally. They just put it out on Spotify or other stuff. You know, did you hear what I said?
No.
There was a connection problem, I think.
Yeah.
I was just asking them. In that time, for example, today is much more easier to put out stuff. You know, it's just released digitally. It's just only digital files,
Yes.
not a physical copy of the record. You know, when I first started, I was releasing 12-inch and records, and it was taking like 1 year to get one track to get out to stores. And but today it's much more easier. When you finish a track, it will take if you own the label, it just will take you will not take you more than 2 weeks maybe.
Yeah. But I guess that's good. Although it's so many records, so many songs coming out now.
But can you deal with that music flute? You
Huh?
know, can you deal with that music flute? You know, many tracks coming out. For example, I do weekly radio show on Radio FG, and I only play a track once because every week lots of new releases are coming out. So I just take some. I just use like 1 week, one day to listen new tracks. You know, and can you dealing with that new music fluting? I mean, every week maybe 300 or 400 new tracks are coming out, and you have to listen all of them. So
You know, I spoke with an online place a few years ago, and they told me they were putting out 65,000 songs every week.
really,
Yes, and that's just one. That's just one. You know, that's not counting iTunes and Track Source and Juno and all these other things like Spotify. You know, that's not even counting that. So there are probably 100,000 songs a week coming out. What I would suggest, what I try to do, you pick a few songs and just play them, because when you play everything once, that doesn't really help the artist. I mean, you want to sell records. You want to, so you push the records, and you know what we did back in the day. If we liked a song, we would play it multiple times in the same night. For instance, Ron Hardy would play things like 15, 20 times in the same night. So would Larry Levan. But
really,
yes, at the end of that night, yes, at the end of that night, you would know the song, and everybody would go to the store and ask for it. But if you play a song two times now, people say, "Oh, he's a terrible DJ." No, you know, you have to play the song so people remember it, and they go to the store and ask for it.
Yeah, definitely.
And if it and you know, that's what's hurting. That's what's hurting now. When you play a song only one time, and then the next week you only you play all new songs, you're not selling records. You know, and you know, and nobody knows what to buy. So that's a problem.
Yes.
So, you know, me, like, I've been doing since the lockdown. I've been doing a lot of mixes for different radio stations, and I try to have the same songs a lot of times. Change it up a lot. I changed it up a lot. About half new songs and half songs that I've already played, so people remember the songs and know what to buy.
Definitely.
So that's what I try to do. I try to sell music, because if nobody knows what to buy, nobody buys anything, and you know, everything dies.
I think that's the main problem with that digital transition. You know, when we were playing records, we also sometimes I wasn't remembering what the track is, but I know the track. I can't remember the ID, but I just remember the record's shape, and I just find it in the crate and in the club.
Yeah.
So it was easier to also to play, and we were playing the maybe same track like for 2 months, because there wasn't that much record coming out, and when the digital stuff started, when I started to play with Tractor and or CDJs, it's hard to remember to what the track is all about,
Yeah.
or what its name, because there is no visual information about the track in your mind, and it's hard to find it, and you don't regularly play it, and you have like once upon a time we just only have 100 records with us for a 2-hour set, and right now we have maybe 10,000 songs in our laptop, and it's even hard to find it.
Yes, and the thing is, well, we need to, as a collective group, start just limiting our playlists a little bit. You know, I mean, just pick some songs and play the songs more than once, and you know, just try to push the songs and push the artists.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do today.
Yeah, we won't have anything if we don't do that.
That's what I'm trying to do in these days. Not updating my playlist very regularly, and I'm picking this track for like old times, 2 or 3 months, and I'm sticking with that stuff and supporting the artist as much as I can. That's what I'm doing. Just said.
Well done.
What you say is right, and if you hear the song at once, you won't buy it, or no one gonna buy it. And if no one is buying anything, so artists cannot be supported, so no one gonna produce music in long time periods.
And we also have too many remixes. If somebody does a nice song, don't remix it. just let the original version come out, and let that record stand on its own 2 legs, you know?
Yeah, respect the originator's vision, right?
Right. The original vision. I know it's very hard because everybody always asks for remixes, and you know, same thing. You have 5 remixes on a song, you don't know what the best version is. Like, you know, people are playing 5 different versions, and no version sticks out, you know, because there's so many versions. So maybe stop doing remixes.
But in my own experience, many times, the best version is always the original one, not the remixes.
Well,
because the labels push popular artists about that time to make remixes, and they force themselves to do something which they don't feel because they paid for it, and the result is always the below the bar. You know, if the bar is the original track. Many times remixes are below the bar. Most of the time. That's why I told you that Solardo remix of your stuff is very loyal to original and good. Because what I think is it's very hard to make remix, in fact. You know?
yeah.
And if the original is really big, like Move Your Body, it's even harder to remix it. You know? And I heard like maybe more than 200 unofficial remixes of your stuff. And at the end of the day, maybe like after 25 years, the remix one, the original remix, is from the originator. You know?
Yeah, James Kumo. Yes, it depends on who's remixing, but there shouldn't be a remix in the first place. Let the original artist do his thing, and don't ruin his vision. Now, there are a lot of remixes that came out that a lot of people say are better than the original, but maybe make your own song with that great music instead of remixing somebody else. Just a suggestion.
I think some labels because there are a lot of labels in these days. Some labels sometimes just, for example, they like the vocal in a track. They don't like the track. They just like the vocal. So they just put it on to use the vocal, license the vocal, and make it remix.
Well,
I won't say the name, but I heard it from many A&Rs and label managers. They just like the vocal.
yeah,
They don't like the track.
I hear that many times. I would suggest, if you don't like if you don't like the music,
Don't put it out.
yeah, don't put it out. Don't just you know, they have to. I mean, send them back to the drawing board. Tell them to do the music again until you like it or something. But man, remixers should not be remixing. If they were making really good music, they should write their own songs.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If you are good enough.
Well, there's some sensational remixes out there. You know, I just feel bad for them because I know some people that are remixed back in the day, and you know, they don't have any money now. You know, when you write a song, you get paid for years and years and years and years, you know. But if you remix, you get paid one time, if you get paid at all, because a lot of people are doing free remixes now, and you get nothing. And then you have to depend on your DJ, which none of us can DJ now. So, I mean, you know, it's a problem for a lot of DJs.
And one last question for you. What do you suggest for newcomers as a veteran one?
Newcomers, do an album, a whole album on yourself. Don't do any remixes, because nobody cares about a new artist remixing. Do a whole album on you. Focus on you. Promote you. Promote your album, and you know, hopefully good things will happen. Don't do a remix when 10 other people are remixing the same song, because nobody will care.
Yeah, no one will notice it. True.
You're just burning yourself out and wasting your talent. Do an album on you. If your name is iFan, do an album on iFan, you know, and making an album is so much fun. It's therapeutic. You know, you make yourself feel good when you build something. So do an album and then hustle. Don't do a remix and then hustle and do another remix and then hustle and do another remix. Chill. Make your music. Make your album. Then when you finish, hustle one time. Promote yourself.
All folk at once then.
That's what I say to new artists, new DJs. Don't not remix.
Don't waste your creativity to do anything.
Right. You get nothing from it.
Because in these days, remixing is like writing a new song by just using some elements from the original, some maybe vocal cuts or something, because you just create a new song, in fact. So just use that creativity for yourself, right?
Use it for yourself.
So it's getting the limit for the Instagram to finish the interview, because we have like a 1 hour limit.
Oh, okay.
we thank you. Everyone thanks you a lot for that interview, for many good stuff you said.
Thank you, House Gangster.
And thank you a lot for joining us for this tonight's show. Have a good day.
Thank you for having me.
You're always a legend, you know? Good night.
Night.